Today, Ambassador Long Dan announced Chinese support for the North Korean claim that they did not intentionally launch the missile that sank the Walsh.
We are monitoring these developments while continuing to seek a peaceful resolution. Make no mistake, the Chinese People's Republic will employ all means at our disposal to protect our interests in the Asian subcontinent.
Our intelligence estimates that the current number of Korean troops massed at the border runs as high as 200,000 men. Monty?
Montgomery Lewis, The Times. Do we know what the possible North Korean strategy will be if diplomatic efforts fail?
We've known for decades that the NKA would move to capture Seoul as quickly as possible, regardless of the cost. That is how our defenses are structured. But with the capital less than 40 miles from the border, and well within artillery range of the big guns, it is clear that war would be catastrophic in terms of damage done and lives lost.
Fisher, I know you think the shortest distance to solving this problem is to go after Shetland. You might be right. Unfortunately, the diplomatic situation surrounding the Walsh incident is not softening. We are less than 24 hours from open war on the Korean Peninsula. We've located the battery that launched the missile against the Walsh. If there is any credence to the North Korean claim that the launch was unintentional, we need to prove it, and fast.
I've been reverse engineering the data you recovered from Zerkezi's computer in New York. Zerkezi's algorithm is an advanced extrapolation of the mass kernels made infinitely more complex by recursion through Dvorak. I think that if you can access the BIOS memory of the missile launchers at the battery, I should be able to ID a fingerprint that the algorithm would have left on the system.
You'll be doing a halo insertion into a forest 2 clicks east of the battery. You'll enter the battery's secure perimeter and infiltrate via the main air shaft. The battery itself has been around since World War II, but intelligence and satellite imaging show it's been retrofitted several times since then. We have some limited mapping data. We don't know what you'll find.
Since the destruction of the Walsh, the USS Ronald Reagan has assumed C&C duties for the battle group in the Yellow Sea. Our fleet is on red alert. In case of war, we are prepared to conduct precision sorties against high-value targets aimed at reducing North Korean coastal defenses for insertion behind their advancing front. If intelligence indicates that the Koreans are picking a fight, then it's a fight they'll get. Anyone in that battery, when the whistle blows, better find himself a tin hat and a Bible.
Japanese ISDF has been instrumental in determining that the missile that sank the Walsh was indeed fired from this battery. You have the complete support of all branches of the Japanese self-defense force in order to determine the rationale for this insane move by the Korean aggressors. We do not have the capability to strike the facility directly, but ISDF will use any means at our disposal to interfere with their capabilities in the event that our great American allies are forced to declare war.
Fisher, it's starting to look like war is unavoidable. JCOS is asking all sources for current division-level intelligence.
So, besides stopping World War III, is there anything else I can do for you this evening?
The base commander should have up-to-date intel about NKA divisional strength down the Kaesong-Munsan approach.
I'll try to schedule an appointment with his secretary.
Fisher, since everyone is asking everyone for intel, I'd love to have a few chips at the big table.
What can I get you, Will?
Looks like this battery has repair and maintenance capability for mechanized warfare support. Any shipping or repair logs you can recover would be a big help.
I'll find what I can.
Not exactly. It's just not as hard to count 8 giant crates. Look, I will double check. But if you screw this up, I'm going to have to report you.
Good work, Fisher. Looks like they track shipping and repair through 4 separate departments.
Gotta love military bureaucracy.
See if you can get the logs from the other 3.
Now serving number 67.
In other news, National Home Renovation and Hardware supplier Handy Hardwood launched its official Support Our Troops campaign today. Customers are invited to come out and fill out cards and letters of encouragement.
All right, well, that's our work done. Let the control room take over. Who's in the control room? How should I know? So what? We're just going to leave the missile hanging there? Orders. Deliver cargo to loading bay at facility 27-290. Nothing in there about working a bunch of cranes that we're not trained on. Fair enough.
What's that down there? This light is broken. Who did that? What do you mean? Lights break on their own, you know. Nothing. What the hell are we going to... Well, don't look at me. I don't know. Okay, you're getting nervous. Just forget it.
Keep quiet or it's bad news.
Oh, God! Please! I'll cooperate!
Good. I'm looking for senior officers, a command center.
There's an elevator just there. It leads up to the command center. The base commander should be up there.
Thanks.
sir, we have finished our preliminary inspection of the West launcher.
And what is your report, Captain?
We did every test we could, sir.
And?
And, well, there was no malfunction, sir.
No malfunction. Curious. There is an $80 billion warship on the bottom of the sea, sunk by a missile that left this battery. The world is less than 12 hours from a war that will kill millions of people. And you're telling me that there was no malfunction?
We checked everything, sir. I assure you.
Well, Captain, the only two people in this building who could authorize that launch without approval.
Good work, Sam. One more shipping log to go, and we'll have an accurate picture of their mechanized capabilities in the region.
I'll find it.
I want you to run every test again. Then run whatever test the captain forgot until you find out what the hell happened with my missile.
Sir! Yes, sir!
Get out of my sight.
That seals it. The missile came from here, but they didn't launch it intentionally.
So that's a good thing. We can avoid a war.
Problem is that someone launched the missile intentionally.
Isn't that someone Doug Shetland using Zerkezi's algorithms?
That seems likely, but I still need to see if there's a Dvorak fingerprint on the BIOS of the launcher that fired the missile.
I wonder what my chances are of dying on a night like tonight. Probably pretty low.
I see what you're thinking, Fisher.
If they're just going to throw protocol to the wind and leave the warhead case unlocked.
Even detonating them won't destroy the battery.
No, but it will make an awful big mess.
Before you can tap into the BIOS, you'll need to open the casing.
I didn't bring my crowbar.
Whatever. Crowbars are for geeky video game characters. Put the launcher into its maintenance position. There should be a switch in the control room directly beneath you. Alright, that opened the casing. You can access the motherboard on the launcher itself and recover any routing data from the BIOS.
Psst. Hey, psst, psst. Hey, yo, hey, psst, psst. Over here. Psst.
Good job, Sam. From the parts and transport requests, it looks like this facility is significantly more important than our latest estimates.
Well, you know me. Always where the action is.
Good work, Sam. I'm scanning the BIOS now. Yeah, that's a Dvorak fingerprint.
Where did it come from? Hokkaido? The displaced offices?
Seoul.
What? As in South Korea? Are you telling me the U.S. just got drawn into a war protecting the people that sank the Walsh?
I can't trace it back farther than Seoul.
Well, what do I do?
Sweet Jesus, Fisher. The NKA just committed. They're coming across the DMZ. We're at war.
Why? We just found proof they didn't launch the missile.
Good Lord, speaking of missile launches, that battery just lit up like a smoker getting off an airplane.
They're not targeting our ships, are they?
Active radar is up. It looks like a launch is imminent. Fisher, you need to abort that missile.
You got it, boss.
Who's been messing with this?
Good work, Fisher.
I'm uploading the arming sequence codes for Grim. Lambert, if worst comes to worst, and I'm still here.
You don't even need to say it, Sam. Black hell! You're too late.
The warhead won't arm until it's a few hundred meters from its target. If I can dig up the abort codes.
Good thinking. Check launch control directly under the platform.
I'm on my way.
Make it fast, Fisher. Flight time on that missile is 3 minutes.
Primary. Carrier. Bearing 218. Range 1120 kilometers. Confirm.
Primary target is on scope. All green. Set to track 1 through 12.
1 through 12. Confirmed.
Engagement interface is online. Target tracking active.
Check.
Flight path and targeting computer showing all green.
Check.
Flyer circuit shows green.
Check.
Roadblock circuit shows green.
Check.
Primary target tracking readback stop.
Good work, Sam. Those are the abort codes.
Primary target
I still need to bypass the override circuit from the missile control room.
Hurry. The missile is closing on the USS Ronald Reagan at top speed.
Hold on. Did you just tell me I need to win one for the Gipper?
Dude, what does that even mean?
Never mind. You're right, Grim. I am old.
Standing by to designate next target.
Track target. Primary. Destroyer. Bearing 218. Range 112 kilometers. Confirm.
Primary target is on scope. All green. Set to trap 1 through 12.
1 through 12. Confirm.
Engagement interface is online. Target tracking active. Flight path and targeting computer are showing all green.
Good job, Sam. Missile aborted.
That's it? It's dust?
No, but the warhead can't arm. Even if it gets past the Reagan's phalanx, it'll hit the hull and crumple like a beer can.
Crumpling beer cans. That's what sailors are best at, I guess.
Very funny. You need to make your way to extraction.
Right. I'm on my way.